So fourth grade mathematicians, now that our fraction strip paper is all colored up, and hopefully you have Reteach and Practice 19.2 close by, we are ready to begin using our fraction strip model paper today to find equivalent fractions. Fourth graders, fractions can have many names that represent the same sort of size picture. Now today, you are going to use your paper model to find equivalent fractions. And our first challenge is to find fractions that are equal to 1/2. Now I'm going to use my real model. Here is my one whole stick. And you are looking right now at one of your half of your fractions. Now I would like you to take a moment and look at your model to say, and to find how many different model pieces can you use to equal 1/2. Now it is important that we're not combining different colors. What do I mean by that? When I think about what could equal 1/2, well, I remember the other day when we had fractions and saw a lot of those pictures, we said that, oh, I think I have 2/4 that also exactly equal 1/2. Notice that I used two pieces of yellow. I didn't combine a yellow and a blue and a purple and all mismatched on every line, but every line will be the same color. So two pieces of the fourth size is equal to 1/2. Can you find another one? Well, I wonder about those fifths. Well, if I take 2/5, I see 2/5 is a little under a half, so I could try 3, but oh, I see that's over a half. So right now, no fifths equal 1/2. But I wonder about sixths. Take a look at your model. How many sixths equal 1/2? Awesome. If you figured out that 3/6 equal exactly 1/2. What about eighths? I think some of you are catching on to some patterns because you know something about multiplication. Let's think about that in just a moment. But if you bring your fingernail, remember the other day I said use your fingernail? If I bring my fingernail down, I do see 2/4 is equal to that 1/2, and 3/6 and 4/8. How many tenths would it take to equal 1/2? 5 of them, right? Because isn't 5 half of 10? And what about, let's move it up a little bit. And what about 12s? Well, you know what half of 12 is. You know how to take 12 divided by 2. And of course, 6 little twelfths is also equal to 1/2. So that's a little bit how we're going to use our model paper today to determine whether or not fractions are equivalent. Are they the same amount? Let's do a few more together. What if I have something about 1/3? I'm going to still keep my one model up here just so we get used to seeing what 1/3 is, because the more we use fractions, the more we want to have in our mind, oh, I can picture a half, oh, I can picture a third and a fourth. And some of those basic fractions will really help us with our understanding. Well, go ahead, pause the video if you need to, or use your fingernail, or maybe you get a wooden ruler. Line that 1/3 spot up on your model paper. What else? Oh, I see a couple of them already. What else would equal 1/3? Did anyone say 2/6? Sure enough. You're right. And if I keep running my fingernail down, I see I need some of my twelfths can also equal 6. How many pieces of 12? Well, I think it's going to be 4. So there is some more equivalent fractions. So if I was to write some of those equivalent fractions on, say, a piece of paper, I could say something like this. I could write, in this case, ready? That 1/3 is equal to 2/6. Now you might notice something about this. I also know that 1/3 is equal to 4/12. Are there any others on our model? No, but I do wonder, since I sort of see a pattern here, if I were to take this, doesn't it seem like this orange one, the third, if I would cut it in half, okay, half of it would be 1/6, and so two of them are going to equal the same thing. What if I take half of a sixth? Wouldn't that be 1/12? So there's sort of a relationship here between threes, or thirds, sixths, and twelfths. So I'm kind of curious, some of you, what if I was able to have pieces of the what I would call the 24th size, 24 equal tiny little pieces would equal that one whole stick. How many pieces would I need to equal 1/3? If you caught the pattern of sort of doubling 1, 2, 4, the answer would be 8. Tomorrow we'll learn some multiplication, but some of you might be able to see that if I take 12 times 2 in my mind, this is my thinking cloud, 12 times 2 is 24, and if I multiply the denominator by 2, and if I have to then, to keep them equal, multiply the numerator by 2, 4 times 2 is 8. So we're going to see tomorrow that we can use a number over itself, which is 1, right? 2 2s or 2 halves is 1. If we multiply by a fancy 1, we are making something that we call equivalent fractions. So today it's all about using models to just begin to get a good sense of how these pieces fit together a little bit. So let's take a look at reteach, shall we? And let's see if we can do that using our fraction strip card today. So it says draw fraction strips. We're going to look at our fraction strips and use our ruler or fingernail to try to determine what's equal. And it says here in our sample, draw 1/6 fraction strips to fit below the 1/3. Now we just did that. We just modeled that. How many pieces did we use? 2 of them. Okay, here it is sort of again, a little bit off to the side. Hopefully you can still see it. Here's my third. And here's my 2/6. Okay. So we see that we use 2 of the pieces, and what fraction is equivalent to 2/3? Well, we found out that 2/6. 2 of the pieces of the 6th size is equivalent to 1/3. So let's see if we can do it again using our models in front of us. The directions say use your fraction strips to find equivalent fractions to 6/8. Well, so you can find your eighths, get them out, or think about where your ruler would stand. Here are 4 and 5, and here's one more. I have in front of you, if you can see it, let me move it up on top of the paper so everybody can see it well. All right, we are trying to find things that would equal 6/8 for this one right here. Now, how many, if I look at my fourths, which are yellow, how many yellow ones, how many size fraction pieces of the 4th size do you think would equal? Well, use your fingernail, slide it up, and let's see if you're right. We are trying to make 6/8. So there's 1/4. Here's a 2/4 or 2/4. And of course you see that 3. So how many pieces would I use? I would just use 3. And what's a fraction that's equivalent to 6/8? Well, 3 pieces of the 4th size, or 3/4. Now this next one is a little trickier. Why? Because I don't have 1/16 on my fraction strip card. So I need to do a little math, but I think I can figure it out. I'm going to use my show my work part. I'm going to write my 6/8, and I want to figure out how many pieces of the 16th size. They would even be tinier than my little 12ths, right? They're smaller. The bigger the denominator, the smaller the piece. But I know something about math. I know that if I were to take my eighths and sort of cut each one in half, Okay. I then would have something called 16ths. So 8 times 2 is 16. Well, whatever I do in the denominator, I have to do in the numerator. So I'm thinking I'm going to take 6 times 2. Well, you all know what that is. It would be 12. So how many pieces of the 16th size would I need? 12 of them. And what would be my fraction? 6/8, it would be equal to 12/16. Those are equivalent fractions. And again, this is just a preview of something we're going to do with tomorrow. But when you have 2 over 2 or 3 over 3 or even 10 over 10, all of those fractions there are called fancy 1. All right, it's the whole stick. It's just a different way of saying 1. And we've learned with multiplication that anytime a number is multiplied by 1, the answer stays the same. So we're not changing the value of these two fractions. They are equal. They just have a different name. We're moving along. Good job. Let's see our next one. On the bottom, here's our model 2. Just find it and look. We're trying to find something that equals 4/10. So go ahead, look at your fraction strip paper, find your 4 pieces of the 10th size, 4/10. There it is. In my mind, it looks a little less than half of my whole red stick. Now, how many fifths would I need to be able to equal 4/10? Well, you happen to have fifths, so let's slide our fingernail up. Go find the 4/10, slide your fingernail up. How many fifths would I need? Well, you know a relationship between 10 and 5, so it looks like I would need 2/5. So how many pieces? 2. What would be the equivalent fraction? Well, 4/10 is also equal to 2/5. And do you see? Just want to show you this. Here's 4/10, and I'm trying to figure out how many fifths there would be. Now this time you'll notice I'm not going to multiply, but I'm actually going to, in my mind, divide by 2. But whatever I do in the bottom, in my denominator, I have to do in my numerator. So in my mind, 4 divided by 2, you all know that, it's 2. So there we go. I can multiply by a fancy 1. I can also divide by a fancy 1. Remembering that property, any number divided by 1 is that number. So, wow, we're really putting a lot of things that we've learned together already this year as we pursue our knowledge of fractions. Now, what about this one? Again, I don't have 20ths on my fraction strip card, but I can figure it out. I am taking my 4/10 and I'm trying to figure out how many pieces of the 20th size. Well, you know, if I take this 10th and kind of divide it in half, I would have lots. I'd have 20 of them if I had the whole strip of them. So think and use your little bit of your multiplication. What did you multiply to get from 10 to 20? Make sure you're multiplying, don't add. Okay, I hear you thinking. You're saying times 2. 10 times 2 is 20. Well, everybody, if I times 2 on the bottom, what do you have to do on top? Yes, good job. You need to multiply by 2. 4 times 2 is 8. I would need 8 pieces of the 20th size, also known as 8/20. So I hope you're catching on. I hope you're remembering and reviewing your basic multiplication and division facts, because you will need them as we continue our work with fractions. So nice job. Let's take a quick peek at the practice side, which will be your assignment today. It's all today about using your models. You may use a little bit of the fancy multiply or divide by that fancy 1 if you understand it. If you don't panic, because we're going to work on that more tomorrow and the next day. But today it's all about using your model, your fraction strip paper, to determine whether or not these are equal. Now, those of you that do know your multiplication facts, you're going to find that it's easier to almost use those. But today, if I want to show you how I would do it with my fraction strip card. So if I'm thinking about 2/6, are these equal? I have to write yes or no on the line. So when I go find 2/6, I'm going to put my fingernail right there, or use a ruler or something like that, like this. And I want to know, is that equal to 1/3? Well, Yes, it is. I can see that that's an equal amount. 2/6 and 1/3. Yes, it is equal. And I'm just